So here's my finished assembled structure with the cross braces put in, and I put the plastic liner just at the edges. Now I'm going to use shims to raise this whole floor up to an extent where my subfloor is at level with this slab, and I'm going to use shims to do that at various locations on the side corners and even in the middle. So while I was reducing the width of the studs, I had to cut off these pieces, which now I can use as shims. I'm going to glue them together. If there are 2 or 3 shims, I'm going to glue them together and put them under the subfloor and raise it like that. So here's my finished structure, all braced up and shimmed up and leveled. I can see the shims right there. What I did is, whatever shims I used, I first glued the shim using this Loctite premium glue that holds concrete and wood together. So I glued these shims to the floor in most cases, in some cases even to the structure itself. That way, with the movement of the house, the shims don't move and remain stable. I did that for all the shims, wherever the shims are. And now I walk on it and I feel no loose structure as I walk and even jump on it. Now that I know my structure is at the level I want, I can go ahead and screw them into the slab with concrete screws. It's time to screw in this structure into the concrete slab, basically to secure it so it doesn't move. For that, I'm going to be using these kind of special concrete anchors that are special screws meant to be screwed into concrete. And I can't use a regular drill for it, so I need a special drill, which is basically called a hammer drill. You can see the hammer sign over there. This kind of drill not only goes round like a regular drill, in a circular like a regular drill, but it also makes a hammer action. That means the drill bit goes to and fro, forward and backward really fast and strong to make that hole in the concrete. Not only that, but the drill bit itself is also special. It has a sort of a special arrow head structure that hits the concrete and digs it while the drilling action takes place. Now I'm going to be putting the insulation like this and cut off the excess part in all the rectangles. So now that I have finished the insulation, I'm going to put the subfloor in. This is the subfloor I'm using, I got from Home Depot. Each of this subfloor has a tongue on one side and sort of a groove at the other end. So the tongue of each subfloor goes into the groove of the previous subfloor. That's how they lock with each other at the right distance. If I need any more adjustments, I might put some shims underneath the subfloor to make any further adjustments in level. Here's the finished subfloor. Now it's roughly level with the slab over here, and it's also level in this area, but it goes out of level as it goes down. But that's what the plan is, to have self-leveling cement to cover that unevenness. We put some caulk between the subfloor and the slab over here and over here, just to cover that gap, so that when we pour some self-leveling just in this area and majorly in this area, we don't have self-leveling seeping into the floor below. So we covered it with caulk. So here's our finished subfloor installation. You can see that the subfloor is almost in level with the slab foundation now. So now it gives us the opportunity to take our flooring and just continue the flooring all the way to the end of the room. The same thing happened here. The subfloor is in level now with the slab foundation. This had a slope going down, so we poured a bunch of self-leveling cement in such a way that now we have this side almost in level with the subfloor now. So the whole room from that end of the wall to this end of the wall is now ready for continuous flooring. A few closing thoughts on the installation of subfloor. There are possibly three important things to remember when installing subfloor. The first one is the gap between two subfloors. There should be at least some gap, about 1/8 of an inch or so, to allow expansion of subfloor. This subfloor came in with a groove and tongue, so that allows automatic safe gap between the two subfloors. Some subfloors don't come with the tongue and groove, they're just straight edge on all sides. So we need to be careful to keep a gap between two. The second important point is this staggering, which means this end over here and that end over here. These two ends shouldn't be too close to each other. The way I have laid it out, you can see the staggering joints are far away from each other, this part and this joint over here. Same thing over here, this joint and this joint, they're far away from each other. That's what gives a little bit structural strength. If it's too close together, it's going to weaken the structure. The third important thing to remember is when we cut the subfloor to length, it should fall on the underlying beams. So I had underlying beams running every 16 inches, as you may have seen previously. When the subfloor falls, the end of this edge of the subfloor should fall right in the middle of the beam, and the next subfloor should also fall right in the middle of the beam. So basically the beam is shared, half on this side and half on this side. And then I take screws and screw it in a little bit in an angle to the beam. And that's important because that's what gives extra strength when both the subfloor lie on the beam itself. That way in future, if this weakens, it's not going to go in because it's supported by the beam. So that's it. That's the whole installation of subfloor completed. We are now ready to lay the self-leveling and put the floor down. In the meantime, this is also a good time to paint and do any patchwork or anything such as necessary.